Ciao Bella! Welcome to Bella Uncinetto. I'm Christina, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. We are going to do another yarn review today. This is on Lion Brand Lazy Days. I did get this in the United States a couple of years ago, and I was planning on making some slippers out of this. That was the plan, and I have not gotten around to it yet. As you can see, I did not pay this price for it. I did get this at the 30% off um, Hobby Lobby sale. Like, they have their alternate 30% off, 30, not 30% off time. So just a little bit of information about the yarn. It is 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 179 yards, or 164 meters. It is a 4-weight yarn, and it says that you can use a 6mm set of needles or a 6mm crochet hook, and that will make this particular square. That's one thing that sometimes I think people don't realize about uh, the hook recommendation. So depending on what you're doing with the yarn, you do not have to use the recommended size hook, right? You can use a different size if you're trying to make a different effect. So this will make this size square if you use these needles. It's to help you with gauge. It's not always you have to use this particular size hook with this yarn. So I am going to be using a 6mm hook because I am just doing a swatch, but you don't have to. Like, it's not something that's the only size that you can use. Some people really get stuck on that. This yarn is 100% polyester. It is machine wash warm. So you can do this up to 40 degrees Celsius, which is really hot, or 105 degrees Fahrenheit, right? You can tumble dry, do not iron, you can dry clean, do not bleach. So that's what the symbols mean in case you don't know. Um, and I'm just checking to see, I did not do this before I started this, um, if you can still buy this brand of yarn. Yes, you can still buy it on lionbrand.com, which means that it's probably still for sale in other places that sell it. Like, I bought this at Hobby Lobby. Any other place that sells Lion Brand, you may be able to find this yarn. I will put the link to the Lion Brand website for this yarn on in the description box. But there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 available colors to purchase, and then there are 3 colors that are right now out of stock. So there are 13 total colors that you can get in this yarn. So yeah, let's work up a swatch and see what happens, right? So I actually am wearing a pair of the slippers right now that I intended to use this yarn for. I made 2 pairs, one in a variegated and one in a chocolate brown. Oh my goodness, I made a knot already in the yarn and I did not want to do that. Let me try to get that out. I know I'm not on camera, guys, but I'm trying to get this knot out. So in a way, that was kind of my thought, is that, like, when these slippers, or at least one pair of them, start to wear out, I'll make another pair. I mean, really, I should just make them because I love the pattern. I love the way that it works up. It's like a Moroccan style, or Moroccan inspired style, I believe the pattern says. It doesn't call it Moroccan style. I think it calls it Moroccan inspired style slipper, and that it just really slips on your foot. And okay, there were 2 knots. I got one out, but now I have to make sure that I don't create another problem. Okay, there we go. Okay, so just in feeling this yarn, it is very stretchy. It is very silky in my hand. So I would say you're going to want to pay attention to glide on your hook, because if you have something that will catch, like a bamboo hook or maybe even a resin hook, if there are pieces on the hook that will catch the yarn with this chainette style construction. I don't know if you can see that. It's gonna get, I mean, it's gonna get looped into something if you're not careful. It won't focus. I'm trying to bring it so that you can see. Okay, I hope that you could see that. It cleared up for a little bit on my screen, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna practice doing better, being on camera with this. All right, so I do have the sleeves of my sweatshirt kind of rolled up. I really, I wish that this, um, that's me moving my foot. I'm sitting on my foot in the chair. Um, I wish that this had thumb holes, so I could stick my thumbs through, because the sleeves are really, really long on me. Um, and I'm gonna see maybe if I can get this sweatshirt like modified so that I can have thumb holes, because that would just be super comfy. But it's going to end up covering up my hands if I'm trying to do this tutorial, because I already had to restart the tutorial because my camera wasn't high enough and my hands were covered. So even though I kind of already blend in with the cardboard, it was even worse because you couldn't see my actual fingers moving. You could just see the hook, which looked like it was floating in the air. So, granted, I was only like, I don't know, 2 minutes in, but I was like, yeah, we're just gonna erase that and do that over because that was awful. And I have said this in my yarn reviews before, but I do like going into the back bump of the work when I do my chain, if at all possible, because it makes for a smoother edge on this side. So that's what I'm doing. It is a little bit more tedious, mainly because I never learned my lesson and crochet more loosely. Um, I always crochet pretty tightly, and my chain is always super tight. But that is a me flaw, like, not against the yarn, right? So that's something that if you crochet more loosely, you could probably more easily get into back bumps and not have a problem. Um, but I do not ever listen, because I say this all the time. You should do it differently, Christina. And then I don't, because I don't want to say stuck in my ways, but like, just, it's muscle memory at this point. So that's just how my fingers are used to doing it. Because I have been crocheting since I was 9 years old, and even growing up, my beast nonna, my great grandmother, right? She's the one who taught me to crochet. And while she's the one that taught me, my mom also knew how to crochet. But my mom didn't agree with the way that I did it, and so she would take my work out for a long time because I wasn't doing it the correct way, which just meant her way. So I didn't crochet for a long time, but even when I picked it back up, I still crocheted really tightly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And it's just, I've never done it any other way. So that's been the way that I have done it. All right, so there is the starting row. So far so good. I'm not having any problems. The yarn is not splitting, which with a chainette yarn, it's not really technically gonna split unless, like I said, you catch it on something where it would rip this tube-like structure. And that would be like if you had a bamboo hook or some other style that it had like pieces that would get stuck on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Okay, hold on. I'm getting confused. Sorry, off camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yeah, my hook goes right there. Okay. Now I got confused again because I turned it around. Here. Oh my goodness. Sorry, you guys. It is so difficult doing this so far away from my face. And I am nearsighted also. I mean, I wear glasses, obviously, as you can see if you've seen my face in other videos. But I'm always more comfortable when things are like books and my yarn and things like that are closer to my face, because I feel like I can see it better, even though my glasses help me see things. That's stuck in there. My glasses help me see things just fine. Right? I wouldn't have the prescription otherwise. But you tend to hold things up close to your face so you can see them and you can see the stitches. But I'm trying to do this on camera so that you can see it. And then I have to do it far away from myself. So this is just half double crochet. So how about your fiber arts journey, whether it's knitting or crochet or sewing or quilting or any of those things? Like, how did that start? When did that start for you? Did you have a mentor, or is it something that you just picked up? There are a lot of people that call themselves, I am not in any way saying anything against them, but a lot of people call themselves COVID crafters. So they started crafting in some way during COVID because they were in the house with not a lot of things to do, right? So they started crafting, and that's kind of where they picked it up. But other people have been doing it for a long time. And some people are self-taught, like they didn't have someone with them. Like I said, I had my beast Nona, and she didn't speak like really a lot of English. So growing up, I did have to teach myself the English crochet words because I did at one point. This is going to cause a massive, yep, okay. Have that to deal with. I did at one time know a lot of the Italian words, and I still do, bleep, 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 that's all, folks. I do still remember some of them, but like if I go into a yarn shop here and I try to talk about the Italian terms, they don't know them here, I guess because my beast Nona was, I mean, she was old even when I met her, and I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just saying she was already my great grandmother, so the terms that she knew from northern Italy were probably already kind of outdated in the sense that when they moved to America, um, things language keeps evolving even if you move away from it. So uh, the terms, and then I'm not in northern Italy, right? I'm in Sicily, so the terms that they use here are not the terms that they used even in the region of Italy that my bisnonna was from. My bisnonna was from Venice, um, not even the town where my grandfather um, was born, or my grandmother, right? When my bisnonno, my great grandfather, on my dad's side, right, married my bisnonna, he brought her to his village, which, from what I understand, going from Venice to a tiny village in the Dolomites was challenging. Um, but that's what happened. And then, it's an even smaller place with not as much to do. And even her language from Venice to where they moved to was different, right? So, it's all very different things. So you have the single crochet, the half double crochet, and the double crochet. I am having no problem so far. You can see that it will stretch. So in this case, right, normally for me, as someone who is a tight crocheter, I would typically go up a hook size. But because of the amount of stretch that's in this product, right, in this yarn, I probably wouldn't. If I did go up at all, depending on the hook that the project called for, I may go up only half a hook size because, like I said, this has an incredible amount of stretch. And if I'm using this for slippers, I probably wouldn't even go up, right? I probably wouldn't even go up because this is going to stretch right over my foot, no problem. Like, look at all of that, right? It's so stretchy. And that's the polyester, right? I would be worried about sliding on things though, like making slippers out of this and sliding on my tile floors. These might be slippers that I would make and wear just in bed if it was a really, really cold night. I don't typically wear socks at nighttime just because I'm usually very, very warm. But you never know. Okay, I need more yarn because I'm gonna try and do like a bobble or a popcorn or something. And this is already a mess. I don't know what happened inside there. But let me move this out of the way a little. Okay. So we'll try this, and then we're going to do just a half double, and then we'll start with the stitches here. See what happens. I am having no problems with it like sticking or anything. Again, me fighting with the yarn is me holding on to the yarn too tightly. So even if I'm trying to make this stitch here, I, I am like strangling the yarn, which I shouldn't do, but I do. So I'm cognizant of the fact that doing some of this, right, and not being able to pull it straight through is my own problem, not the yarn's problem, because I make it too tight on the hook. So, because just doing a regular stitch, I don't have a problem. So, if I could do it more loosely, it wouldn't be an issue. Many times I've heard that in my life. Oh, this cardboard is really, I keep it here for when I do things like this, but also like you can see there's lots of holes in it. So I've done like needle felting when I glue. Oh wow, that's really blurry. Okay, let's see if we can bring that back. I don't know why it got so blurry all of a sudden. Let's see, let's give it some words to read. There we go. See if that makes it better. Sorry guys. But I have lots of holes, and when I glue my puzzles and things like that, I tend to use this piece of cardboard. I have another one so that when I do puzzles and I go to flip them over, I can sandwich them between the two pieces of cardboard and not have to like try to flip it over with my hand, and my hand's not big enough or it won't cover the whole puzzle or whatever. So, alright, so there's that. And then I'm just going to close it off because I don't like to leave the baubles just as the top row when I'm doing something. I'll do like half double crochet is my favorite, but I'll just do single here. See, I almost did a half double. 3, 4, 5. And I'm skipping this because this is the like chain one kind of that I did to lock this in place. So I'm not skipping a stitch. I know it may look like I am, but I'm not. 6. So there we go. Pull that up. So I would say all in all, it has really nice stitch definition. So if you can see the stitches, you can see them really nicely on both sides. All right, you have lots of texture, like feeling, even in, I didn't do textured stitches, but like it's very divided and clean in the stitches. There are, this is a 6mm hook and it is a 4-weight yarn, so there are, especially in the double crochet section, there's going to be some gaps because it is a stretchy yarn. So when you pull it tight for the stitches, if you can see, so when you pull it tight for the stitches, there's going to be some gaps there, right? So there's a gap there, and then there's the stitch, and then there's another gap. So doing something like this, you're going to want to maybe keep it to the single crochet or the half double crochet if you don't want these gaps, right? Because it is going to tighten in on itself because of the stretchiness of the yarn. Just something to think about. Okay, so if we're going to give this a rating, I did not forget this time, right? We're going to see how it frogs, and then we will go into our black cat rating scale. All right, so let's start a frogging. See what happens. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm not seeing any problems. And then there's not a lot of kink memory in here. I will say that it's maybe not as stretchy as it was when so this is yarn that hasn't been used down here. This is a little bit more stretchy. So now that I've used this yarn, it's not as stretchy, but that's okay, right? This is my yarn. It's not going to be used for anyone else. I'm not giving this away or anything like that, so it'll be fine for me. So, on a 5 cat scale, right? Is it terrible? Is it bad? Is it normal? Is it good? Is it excellent? Would I turn this yarn away if I found it at like a thrift shop or if I saw it in the store? No. Um, do I think that it's a good product for what it is? Yes. Um, would I be excited to have it in my stash? I have 6 balls of it, I believe, or maybe 4. I know I have 2 different colors. I have this bluebell color that I'm using, and then I have a purple color. Um, I want to say that I have 3 of each. I might have 2. I would have to look in my inventory to be certain, but I do have several of them. And now that I've used it for this review, I am excited to actually work it up at some point. So maybe it will show up sometime in the new year. Not anytime soon because I'm still working on things and other projects that I have ongoing. But this would be maybe a nice little palette cleanser to do something quick and simple, like these slippers, and see what happens. So I would give this um, 4 black cats. I mean, I do like the yarn. It's soft. It didn't give me any issues. It frogged well. It had good stitch definition. I am familiar enough with the fiber content to be able to pick a good project for it. Um, and I think that it would work well in a variety of things as long as you're using it, um, understanding like the amount of stretch and things that it's going to have over time. So, let me know what you think. Have you used Lion Brand Lazy Days before? Would you be interested in getting some? The link that I put in is not an affiliate link. I'm not affiliated in any way. So if you click that link and you buy the yarn, kudos to you. I don't get anything out of it. I'm just doing the review because it's yarn that I have in my stash and I want other people to know about it. So I hope that you let me know what you think about this yarn. If you've used it, let me know what you think about Lion Brand. If you have a favorite Lion Brand yarn, or if you've never been able to use Lion Brand because you don't live in a place that you can get it, anything that you'd like to share, you can put it in the comments below. And until I see you again, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!